we've lots to talk about. McLaren have done it again, and quite frankly, I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, well, let's just put it plain and simple. What the heck are you doing, McLaren? I mean, actually, what the heck are you doing? In my personal opinion, they just fired their best driver that so far this season. In my personal opinion, Rossi has outperformed Pato. I mean, he would probably be ahead of him if in Barber the team didn't mess up his pit stop, and when they pitted, they didn't put the bolt on his tire, and the tire fell off. A lot of times, it has been the pit crew letting Rossi down, or else Rossi would probably be top 5 in the championship. He has done tremendous this year. I mean, the only really part I can think of where Pato outperformed him is St. Pete and the 500. And even at the 500, Rossi ran an awesome race. I mean, McLaren can't stick with drivers, and that's going to become a real problem for McLaren in the future here. I really don't know quite what they're doing, honestly. I mean, we had the number 6 dilemma. First, you had Rosenquist, and then it was supposed to be Plo in the car. Well, Plo backed out, and then you had Felix. And then you dropped Felix, and they go Malukas. This is the number 6. Malukas, they should have just gotten a backup driver, and when Malukas came back, he should have been in it. Because look what he did at Laguna in the Meyer-Shank. He slapped it up. But they dropped David Malukas, didn't even get a chance. Then they brought Ilott in. Nope. Then they let Ilott go. Then they brought in Porsche, and now it's to be the rest of the year. Then they let him go. And now they have Nolan Siegel, which maybe Nolan Siegel is the real deal. I don't really know. I don't know how to feel about Nolan. But then they have Pato Ward, number 5. I mean, if you're going to be this cutthroat with Rossi, I mean, I know Pato's there, but are they going to be dropping a Ward? Who knows? I mean, who knows with McLaren? There's no reason Rossi should have gotten dropped. But for the 2025 McLaren lineup, you've a Ward in the 5, Siegel in the 6, and Lundgaard in the 7. McLaren is going for a young lineup. It is completely young gun. There is nothing to it. It is young gun, balls to the wall lineup. That is what they're going for. But if you're McLaren, you have to stick with these 3 drivers for the foreseeable future. You cannot drop one of them next year, let go of one of them halfway through the season. You have to stick with these 3 drivers. I don't really know what McLaren is thinking. I mean, okay, moving on from Rossi because of his age, maybe moving on from Rossi isn't the worst idea, but for Christian Lundgaard, Lundgaard is a good driver, so I see what they're thinking. They want a young gun, but really? For me, what makes sense is a Ward in the 5, Lundgaard in the 6, and Rossi in the 7. Siegel being there is really just interesting to me. I don't get it. Siegel, I think, should be at Dale Coyne next year. He's an unproven driver. The only thing we really know of him is he got bumped from the Indy 500. Yes, he was leading the Indy Next championship, but he hadn't won a race in Indy Next. It's just an interesting dilemma. I really think it should be. I think Lundgaard should get a McLaren seat, but I think it should be the number 6. I don't agree with the Siegel signing. But McLaren have gone young. These drivers need to be in that team for the foreseeable future. Plain and simple. What's next for Alexander Rossi? Penske, no. Andretti, no, unless they have a 4th car, but I don't see that. I could see Ganassi. Replacing Marcus Armstrong, or I hate saying it, but Linus Lundqvist. You never know. I could see him filling in at Ganassi. He's great friends with Ed Carpenter. They have a plane together. I could see a Ed Carpenter, Rossi to Ed Carpenter. I could see a Shank. I think he'll be on a smaller team next year, one of those smaller 2-car teams. Like a Foyt, Humkos, Shank, Carpenter. That's where I see him at next year. Maybe he stays on the grid. Who knows? Maybe, he'll for sure be on the grid if he wants to. The question is for Rossi, it's going to be, does he want to? I mean, he's so good at like endurance racing and stuff like that. Maybe he wants to go try something else. Maybe this is more Rossi stepping back from IndyCar because I don't know. See, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. But if he wants to stay in IndyCar, the rides will be there. But the question needs to be asked is this more Rossi leading IndyCar? I don't know. I'll let you guys know. I messed up. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I'm off to France in about 14 hours, so I'll be doing my coverages from France at different timings. I'm going to do my best to post videos. I'm going to be enjoying my vacation, but I will promise you some coverage from IndyCar and Formula One and France will for sure happen, with maybe even some tourist vlogs. So who knows? Stay tuned and subscribe.